time restriction regarding the actual fulfillment of the request. It's
Hey, good morning, guys. This is
whenever they
Cowboy.
can.
You're watching live with
Pretty
Cowboy.
much. So
right now, we're in the courtroom.
that's all I have,
Judge
Your Honor. I
Tony
really
Flores.
don't know when. It just shows it in progress. I
And
pulled it
we're
up
gonna
on the
watch along
21st.
here.
That's when I
was
first brought it to the
waiting
prosecutor's
on
attention and the
Judge
court's
Fleischer.
attention.
However,
I checked
it
again
appears
last
that
night.
he
That's the one you
currently
have is
not
my
on
printout from
quite
last
yet.
night.
Right.
That
So,
shows exactly the
right
same
now,
thing as
we're
it showed
gonna
back on the 21st.
listen
Right.
in
And Mrs. L,
Judge Tony
you might have to
Flores.
step in to see if you can expedite the matter.
She said she would.
I'll
Yeah.
keep an
Yes,
eye
Your
on
Honor,
and see what's
planning
going
on
on with
going
the
back to my
judges
office
around the country as
today
we
to
go.
see what I can do about it.
All right. With that understanding, we'll adjourn the jury trial in regards to some pending discovery issues.
So straight off the
And
bat, it
do you
sounds
have-
like
do you have-
they were.
I'd
It
rather
was going to
set
be a
it
jury
later than
trial, but they're
earlier
going to
in
go for an
order
adjournment
to make
here.
sure that this is all taken care of. We can set it and then reset it. That doesn't seem to make sense. We're looking at 3 or 6 weeks, right?
No, that was only on the ordinance
Okay.
side because of.
So what's our time frame?
Unfortunately, I don't
Well,
know
Your
more
Honor,
about
we've
the
been
case
made,
right off the
it's
bat,
been,
but
the deposit
we'll
was
find
paid
out as
March
we go.
5th.
Okay.
Where,
So
especially
we're
with
kind of
new
waiting
cases
on
coming
the
up here,
bureaucratic
we kind of
nature
tuned
of
in halfway
when they say
through
you can
here,
have
so
it.
right,
Uh,
I have to
we'll
assume
catch up.
that it's
We'll catch
extensive
up.
because
I'm gonna
of the
keep an eye out
deposit being
of other
$611.
courtrooms around the
That's
country,
probably
and,
one of the higher FOIA deposits I've
we'll
ever
make
had to
changes
make.
as we
Right.
need to.
However, then I have to get the stuff and then I need to send it, I've got to review it, then I've got to send it to the prosecutor so that they have their time to be able to review it.
So,
I would say at least 6 weeks, Your Honor.
yeah, I'd say 6. So what's our next jury trial date? And then the one after that?
Our next jury trial date is May 27th.
I think that's probably too close.
I think so, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
so let's
I'm
go.
gonna
Okay,
have
so yeah, they're just adjourning their jury trial, so they are still going to do a jury trial
All
for
right, let's pick it. We can pick a date
whatever the case may be here on
and
this one. Like
we'll
I
make
said,
sure
we
it's
came
good
in late,
for Miss
so I'm
O'Brien's
not
schedule.
entirely sure what the actual case is
That would be
for.
sometime in June.
But it sounds like she is going to get a jury trial in the end here. They're just looking for an adjournment, probably to get all their eggs in one basket here before
Does June 24th work
heading
with
into
your
that.
schedule?
So
It does, Your Honor.
Right.
Thank you so much.
So let's
Sounds like a
let's go
reschedule
June
of June
24th
24th
at
on this
8
one.
a.m. And then if either party needs a court order to make determination as to why we're getting caught up in this bureaucratic cycle, just bring it to my attention, okay?
I appreciate that, Your Honor. And again, the prosecutor did say that she was gonna see what she can do because
Yeah.
my hands are tied. I've
Right.
done everything I can do.
Right, and it's been my experience, this isn't unusual. Every once in a while this happens. All right, so we've set it for June 24th at 8 o'clock for the pending discovery issues. I'll return the FOIA request.
okay, so they're pending
Ms. O'Brien,
discovery.
anything
so
else
they're
for the
waiting on
record
all
at
the paperwork from the police and
24033376,
everything else.
Mrs. L.
Not for the people.
Ms. O'Brien.
Most
No, Your
likely
Honor, thank
body
you so
All
cam
right,
footage and
thank
everything
you.
else that
We'll
goes
see everybody
along
on
with
June
it. So
24th.
Thank you, Your
they're
Honor.
waiting
you.
on discovery before their jury trial, so that makes sense.
Right, Mrs. Zell, where are we heading next?
If we want to call the Blake Cornell case,
Cornell. Mr. Harris, how are you?
Morning, Your Honor. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. All right, so we're on the record in docket 25-00670. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Blake Cornell. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Mrs. Zell,
thank you, Your Honor. Gabrielle Zell, Assistant Prosecutor for the people.
Mr. Harris,
Assistant Public Defender James Harris here on behalf of Mr. Cornell, who is joining via Zoom with the court's permission, Your Honor.
and sir, you are Blake Cornell, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for, and you can hear me all right, Mr. Cornell?
Yes, I can, sir.
All right, thank you. This time is set for a final pretrial in the matter. Mrs. Zell, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, the people have extended a plea offer to the defense through defense counsel. We are offering for defendants to plead guilty to count 1 of the operating while intoxicated. And we would be, my apologies, with an agreement to forfeit the weapon that was possessed at the time. Upon successful plea, we would be dropping count 2, possession of the weapon while intoxicated.
All right, and Mr. Harris, is that a fair and accurate statement of the offer?
That is a fair and accurate statement, Your Honor. I went over the offer with my client, and he indicated he would be accepting the offer at this time.
All right. So it'll be a plea to count 1. one, and there is a kilobrew of a forfeiture of the weapon. Upon a dismissal of count 2 upon successful pleading sentence of count 1. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Cornell, is that your understanding? It is a plea to count 1, count 2 is to be dismissed, and there's an agreement between the attorneys that you
Sorry about that, folks. I had to take care of
forfeit the
something
weapon
important.
that was involved in the event. Is that a fair and accurate statement?
Yes, that's a fair and accurate statement, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Harris, we're on Zoom. I can take the plea and then we can set it up for sentencing. Is that how you prefer? Would you prefer to set this for plea?
My client has advised that he can report to probation within 48 hours, so
Perfect.
we prefer to take the plea today.
All right.
She
All right,
doesn't look too
so,
interested in sitting still, does
Mr.
she?
Harris, may I
Not
inquire
talking
your
about
client of his
blame her.
advice of misdemeanor rights on count 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Cornell, this is for bringing your attention to count 1, which is punishable by 93 days and or $100 to $200 fine, and or 360 hours community service. You understand the nature of the misdemeanor you'd be pleading to, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You have certain rights in this matter, and I'm going to walk you through those rights. You have the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have witnesses against you appear at trial, to questioning witnesses are brought against you. You are represented today by Attorney James Harris, and he would be present to cross-examine any witnesses or contest any charges brought against you by the people of the state of Michigan. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to have the court ordering witnesses appear in your defense, to remain silent during the trial, not to have that silence used against you, and to testify at trial if you choose to testify. If your plea is accepted, you'll give up the claim the plea was a result of any promises other than what we've stated on the record, or threats that it was not your choice to plead guilty. You'll also be giving up the right to appeal anything from trial. Since you won't be having a trial, you'll be pleading guilty to count 1 instead. Is it still your decision and your intent to plead guilty to count 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to have you raise your right hand as best you can. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I solemnly swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay.
He only had to
Thank
say
you,
I
sir.
do, but
I'm going to bring your attention back
works,
to
buddy.
August 31st, 2023 at K North Road near Cedar Street in the city of Lansing, Ingham County. Were you operating a motor vehicle open to the general public on K North Road in the city of Lansing on August 31st, 2023?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at some point, did you find out that you were operating and you had a blood alcohol? At some point in time, did you come to find out that while you were operating, it is alleged that you had a alcohol content of over 0.08 grams under the influence of alcohol or intoxicating substance?
okay, so this
yes,
is
Your
a
Honor.
DUI case, it sounds
And
like.
what did they say your blood alcohol was?
I particularly
Is this a
couldn't
combination?
remember. I think it was
0.131.
Okay, so you have no reason to dispute the allegation that was 0.13 at the time?
So definitely
no, Your Honor.
intoxicated, depending on
All right.
his body and his
Anything
alcohol
towards a
tolerance. I
factual
mean,
basis of
a
Mrs.
lot of
L.
people can still be functional, but you're still
Mr.
illegal no
Harris.
matter
Not
what.
for defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. I find the factual basis to be knowing, voluntarily, and accurately made. And we'll refer to probation. So Mr. Cornwell, you'll have 48 hours from today's date to come see probation. It's here on the 6th floor of City Hall. That's 124 West Michigan Avenue. That you should come to the 5th floor. It's on the 5th floor. And if you go all the way to your right after you get off the elevator, that's where probation is. You may want to call them to see, but it's within 48 hours because they'll either set up an appointment to prepare a report or they'll see you as you come. If you call, they'll just set up an appointment, I think. I'm not sure what their schedule is.
My understanding is they prefer people to come in person for that initial
Okay.
appointment so they can
So it sounds
prepare
like
the
because it's his
pre-sentence
first
questionnaire and
offense.
paperwork. Your
All
Honor.
right, so
that
Mr. Cornell,
he's gonna
report
be
to
able to
pretrial services,
get off
report to
here with just some
probation within
probation.
48 hours.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then we'll get a sentencing date. And the sentencing date will be
July 1st at 1:30.
July 1st at 1:30.
Okay, so
What they'll do at part of
he
the
has
initial
to
intake
report
and
to
probation
but they
within
still have a
48 hours is
sentencing
they'll
date
start
coming up
developing a
for him.
report, and then we'll see what options are available to us on July 1st. All right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's a good chance he
Okay.
might just get away with probation.
Anything else for the
possibly a
record in
fine.
docket 25-00670, Mrs. L?
Not for the people.
Mr. Harris?
Not from the defense, Your Honor. Thank
All right,
you.
Mr. Cornell, we'll see you on July 1st at 8:30 and report to pretrial services within 48 hours. All right, all right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're all set. Thank you for your appearance today.
All right, thank you. You have a wonderful evening, sir.
You too.
And for those just joining, this is Live with Cowboy. We're in the courtroom of District 54 Judge Tony Flores. And we're listening in right now to some cases. That one there sounded like a DWI, DUI, or 8 OWI, depending on where. They're in the great state of Michigan for this District 54A. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on some other judges around the country, see if they come online, and we'll take a spin over to them as needed. But for now, we're going to listen in right now and continue to see what we have on the docket here. I got to go feed the puppers, so I will be right back. I'm going to leave this on, and I'll be back momentarily. So go ahead and keep listening in. I'll be right back with you. Thanks for watching Live with Cowboy, guys. Subscribe and like the video. Turn on bell notifications. That way you know when I go live or I post any of the videos in one of my other playlists. So I really appreciate you watching with me today. I'll be right back. Give me about 2 minutes. Thanks, folks. I'm actually going to be switching us over here to another judge here. So bear with me, and we'll be right back.
were there in her driveway. I wasn't there,
And
sir.
welcome
Okay,
back.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't. I don't know what she's doing.
I wasn't there, okay? So I have to take her word for her. So I'm afraid you have to take you in. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. You have a warrant for your arrest. So Nichols, let's take Mr. Rocha into custody, please. Okay.
So this
Okay,
is,
let's see who I have.
Judge
Mr. Nart-
Raul
okay.
Rodriguez.
All right, first person I have for PC, last name Garcia, first name Nathan. Nathan Garcia. And Camila, that's on page 7, Nathan Garcia.
He's actually in Harris County, same as Judge Fleischer. He
All right,
is
so you're
in,
Nathan Garcia?
Criminal court law.
All right,
number
Mr. Garcia, you don't have a lawyer
13.
today,
Judge
right?
Fleischer would be
Mr.
number
Garcia,
5.
I noticed you're 17, is that right? Are you here by yourself? You live with your mom? Let's bring her up. Mom, does she speak English? Oh, okay. Because you're 17, I need for your mom to be here. So we're gonna call her up. So Lopez, yeah, I just need for the mom to come. Okay. In the meantime, I just wanted to let you know that there has not been a judge that has heard probable cause on your case yet. So I'm going to ask the Assistant District Attorney to read to me the facts surrounding why you were arrested and charged with this offense. When she's reading the facts of your case, I don't want you to say anything. I just
That's
want
Harley,
you to
by the
listen.
way.
After I hear the
He's
facts of your
my,
case, the court is going to determine whether
Great
there
Dane
exists sufficient probable
boxer
cause
mix,
to
primarily
continue with your
Dane.
case. If the court does find probable
Brindle, my
cause,
best
then what we're
friend
going
on
to
the
do
planet.
is we're going to
So,
talk about what you're being charged with. I'm talking about any conditions of bond the court may impose, and then we're going to talk about an attorney. Let's see, is that your mom right there? Okay. Good morning, ma'am. You're Nathan Garcia's mom? All right. He's 17. So legally, he's still a minor. And that's why I wanted you to come up also, because I wanted you to be here next to your son. Now, I do have to tell you, Mr. Garcia, that if anyone is accused of violating the laws, criminal laws of the state of Texas, and they're 17 or older, you are considered an adult.
right. So,
So
he could
that's
be
why you're
tried as
here
an
in
adult
adult
here.
court, because at 17, you're considered an adult, and there's an allegation that you committed a crime, okay? And other thing I wanted to ask you, Mom, is do you know why your son is here? Did he tell you why he's here? Okay, it's been my experience sometimes that our children do not tell us everything.
That's the
So I'm going
truth.
to ask the Assistant District Attorney to read to me the facts surrounding
I
why
was
he
like
was
that when I was a
arrested and
kid.
charged with this offense, okay? So Ms. Kennard, let me hear
One of my
PC on this
sons
case, please.
definitely
Yes,
would
Your
have
Honor.
kept this
On
to
June
himself.
13th, officers were conducting surveillance in a group of vehicles engaged in a parking lot takeover. Officers advised they observed a black Chevrolet Camaro performing donuts in the parking lot about 10 to 15 feet away from other occupied vehicles. The black
Dunkin'
Chevy conducted a
Donuts.
total of 6 donuts in the parking lot. A traffic stop was initiated on the black Chevy Camaro. An officer spoke with the driver, Nathan Jesus Garcia, who advised, and it was advised of the reason for the stop. The defendant denied the allegations, stated that he was not performing donuts. Officers then placed him in handcuffs.
How do you deny the allegation?
And as he walked
Do
away
they
from
not
the patrol
realize
vehicle, the
that
defendant
they're on
knocked on the
camera
exterior of the
both
rear
in the
door.
cruiser and on body
He
cam?
said, I just wanted to tell you this, I did it, please don't take them, I did spend my car.
All right, Mr. Garcia, the court's going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. You are being charged with the offense of reckless driving. Now, Mom, were you aware of that? Were you aware that there's an allegation that he was in a Camaro, allegedly spinning tires, things like that? All right. So, Mr. Garcia, what we're going to do this morning, sir, is the court's going to order some conditions regarding your bond. So, Mr. Garcia, the court's going to order that while you're on bond, you will be prohibited from possessing any firearms or any weapons. You can't anyway. You're underage. You're under the age of 18. Secondly, because of your age, you're also going to be ordered not to consume or drink any alcohol or any controlled substance that you do not have a prescription for. No illegal drugs. Okay. Now, I do need to ask you, Mr. Garcia, do you have a valid license to drive? Then you're not going to drive. You are prohibited
so
from
he doesn't
driving
even have a valid
any
driver's
motor
license.
vehicle. Do not
That's a
drive.
problem.
Do you understand? All right, Mr. Garcia, these conditions of bond are going to remain until this case is over. I'm going to ask you to sign these conditions of bond. You'll be given a copy of these conditions. If you violate any of the conditions of this bond, you're subject to having the bond that you're currently on revoked, and you can be taken to custody. Now, you're going to need an attorney to represent you on this case. Are you in school? Are you going back to school in August? Or are you in summer school? Are you going back in August? What school are you going to? And what grade will you be in? Okay, 11th grade. Okay. You're going to need an attorney. I'm assuming you're not working this summer, are you? All right, I'm going to ask you this, Mom. I have two choices regarding a lawyer. I can reschedule his case to allow him time to hire an attorney, or would you like the court to appoint an attorney for him this morning? I mean, this is your son's case, Ms. Garcia. This is your case. You know, I'm asking your mom if she wants to hire an attorney for you, but it's not her responsibility. It's yours. So if I reset this case to hire a lawyer, you're going to have to pay for it. Do you understand? Now,
No, I'm not too sure
it's
he
your
really
call,
does
man.
understand.
If you want to try to look for an attorney,
And I mean,
I
no
don't mind
disrespect or
rescheduling to
anything.
give
I'm
you
just
time to hire one.
It
Or
seems as though
since
neither
he's
one
in
knows
school,
the
not
severity
working,
of.
he qualifies for a court-appointed attorney. I don't mind appointing him an attorney this morning. Is that okay? All right. So, Mr. Garcia, I'm going to appoint you an
the
attorney.
importance of what having
So
an
there'll be a lawyer going to meet
is
with you
in-
this
in
morning,
any
okay?
case, honestly.
All right. Do you have any questions on anything I mentioned to you,
However,
sir?
without him having a driver's
questions,
license,
ma'am?
that complicates
All right.
things. on
Right
this.
behind you at the table. Please also go with her, sign your bond conditions, have a seal, appoint your lawyer, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Millie? Page 7, Garcia, Nathan, court appoint. Yes. Lisa, thank you. Yes, Joseph, come on up. Good morning. How are you? What you got this morning? Okay, let's see here. Oh, yeah, I see it right here. It's an MRP. Oh, I know what it is. All right, he's on probation for DWI and he picks up a third. Not good.
And then
Not-
Judge, keep in mind that you agreed to remove the portable device to ease financial burden as requested by a previous council, and now he
That's
picked
tough.
up this.
You already have two
DWI third.
cases. You just picked up a
Allegedly, of
third
course.
for DWI.
But he's got, looks like he's got bond conditions on his felony.
Yes, I'm not sure if he got the device.
He's got a portable device that was ordered by the 174th.
I haven't asked him yet.
Well, let's call, is he here?
Interlock,
Let's call him.
I'm assuming.
Alfredo Rodriguez, coming up. Are you representing him on the case upstairs on 174th? Okay. All right, so you are Alfredo Rodriguez. All right, I'm sorry, Rodriguez, you're here with your attorney. You're here because you are on probation for driving while intoxicated. And you were given this probation, you know, on, let's see when it was. You were given this probation on May 29th of 2024. And you were on probation because you had a prior conviction for driving while intoxicated. Well, I just saw and noticed that you got arrested and charged with another driving while intoxicated case.
So that's a violation of
And that was an
probation
offense
and
that
his
was
bond
alleged to have
conditions.
occurred on June the 6th. And because you got arrested, that
He's-
became a felony. So now you're in a 174th felony court. So you have violated the terms of your
I have a
probation
feeling that
conditions,
he's
so we
probably
filed a
gonna be taking
motion
a
to
trip to
revoke
jail
your
today.
probation. So I noticed that you were given some bond conditions upstairs for you to get a portable interlock. Were you able to get that? Do you have that with you? Oh, you have that? Okay. So let's see here, Stephanie. He does have a portable.
Yes.
Let me see who's paying for that. Let me see.
I think it's him. I was reviewing the case on Thursday, but I can't remember.
I don't know if, do you have to pay for that machine? Oh, you do? Okay. So that, I don't see that it's been waived. All right, so he's got a portable.
Yes. So I'm gonna redo the interlock order.
Okay.
Because we have removed it, but I can't amend his condition because of the pending.
I know.
condition. But this is a client who kind of refused to sign the amended condition, so you ordered him to have to retain an attorney. He did. He signed them and then he removed the portable device and then months later he took the.
I know. All right. You have, your attorney's going to represent you on this case, okay? You're still technically on probation. So honestly, regarding this case, nothing's going to happen yet.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I
You
was
don't know
wrong
the
on that.
status of that DWI third, do you? It's just,
It's relatively new.
I know, his next court date is August the 3rd. So let's
That's
go ahead and
because they
do
haven't
this. You're gonna
finished
meet
up
my
that other
probation
case
officer
yet,
this morning
so
because you're still
he hasn't been
technically on
proven guilty
probation,
in order
okay?
to-
Although I expect that this probation is gonna go away. And then we'll see what happens on your other case upstairs. And we'll just kind of take it from there, okay? So just be patient, but I have to tell you, Mr. Rodriguez, do not drink any alcohol. That is a condition of your probation, and that's a condition of your bond conditions upstairs. Because if you violate any of those conditions, this court can revoke your bond as well as court upstairs. And you don't need any more issues, right?
No, sir.
All right, no worries. All right, so we're just gonna reset your case. You're gonna meet with my probation officer this morning. And then Joseph, if you want to, we can reset it for the same day as a felony and just see where we're at.
Yeah. that'd be
Okay.
convenient for everybody.
Okay, no worries. All right, just go ahead and see my probation officer
He's still in
and
a
then
heap
we'll
of
reset your
trouble
case, okay?
between the two
Thank you.
cases.
Thank you. Is your
We'll
client
have to
Spanish
see
speaking?
how that one
Oh, come on
ends
up.
up turning
Good, because I have
out.
several. Come on, Mrs. Zuniga. Who do you have?
Luis Jimenez Enrique.
Jimenez Enrique. Let's see, I got it right here. All right, let's call him up. Luis Jimenez Enrique and Camila. It's on page 14. And Ms. Kennard, this is on Jimenez Enrique, first name Luis. Now, Mr. Zuniga, I haven't heard probable cause in this case. Would you like the court to hear it?
We'll wait probably because this time, Judge.
Okay. Well, I just need to hear for for
what
purposes
this
of
one's
bond
about.
conditions. Okay. All right, so you're Luis Jimenez Enrique? Enriquez, okay, Mr. Enriquez, you're here with your attorney, Mr. Zuniga. You are here because you were accused and charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated. That is a
So that's
Class
another
B
DWI
misdemeanor,
right
which
there.
means that you can be sentenced to up to 6 months in the county jail, and you can be given a maximum fine of up to $2,000. It also means that if you had a valid Texas driver's license at the time of your arrest, DPS may suspend your license as a result of this
Yeah,
arrest.
see, that's tough.
I
You
see
don't
that
know
this was an
today.
offense that was
That's
alleged
gonna
to
be
have occurred
something
June the
that-
12th
that
of this
their
year.
DMV is
You were
gonna
arrested and
handle
discharged,
at
you
a
went to
later date,
jail.
you know?
I do see that you were released on a bond. So what we're going to do this morning, sir, is I am going to ask the Assistant District Attorney to read to me the facts surrounding why you were arrested and charged with this offense to determine the type of conditions that the court is going to impose. So if you would, Ms. Kennard, let me hear probable cause in this case.
Yes, sir. On June 12th, officers observed the defendant driving southbound on 1200 Britmore Road, failing to maintain a single lane, hitting the curb once, then swerving on the median marked lane.
So it looked like he
Traffic
was
stop was
pretty
initiated, and
intoxicated then.
upon contact with the defendant, officers detected a moderate odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from his breath, as well as red glossy eyes. The defendant admitted to drinking a 16-ounce beverage of an unknown brand before the stop. SFSTs were conducted, and officers observed 6 out of 6 on HDN, 8 out of 8 on walk and turn, 3 out of 4 on the one-leg stand.
VIC 24 read, the defendant refused breath and blood. A blood warrant was signed and executed.
Okay, Ms. Enriquez, the court's going to order the following conditions of bond. The court's going to order, sir, that while you're on bond, you'll be prohibited from possessing any firearms or any weapons. While you're on bond, you will also be prohibited from drinking any alcohol or any controlled substance that you do not have a prescription for. These two conditions of bond, sir, are going to remain until this case is over. I'm going to ask you to sign these bond conditions. You'll be given a copy of these conditions of bond. If you violate any of the conditions of this bond, sir, you are subject to having the bond that you're currently on revoked, and you can be taken into custody. We are going to reschedule your case to allow time for your attorney to gather all the evidence that he
That's pretty
needs.
well normal.
On your next court date, sir, you do not have to come to court. You let your attorney take care of your case. He will let you know if and when it's necessary for you to return to court. All right, sir, do you have any questions on anything I mentioned to you, sir?
No.
Mrs. Zuni, got any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, right behind you at the table, my preacher also go with her, sign your bond conditions, have a seat, we set the case. Yes, sir.
Actually, I have one question.
Yes.
I believe in his last name, Enriquez, actually Enriquez.
Yes, Enriquez, they misspelled it, huh?
Do we need to amend?
I'll ask, let me get my chief ace clerk Nancy, she'll tell me. It's just missing a Z. I'll let her know. We can change it. So we'll just change it to make sure it's Enriquez with a Z. So Camila, I don't know if you can change it or not yet. No. No, I know. We'll change it. We'll take care of it. Okay. All right. Sir, just right there and just get
If you're
court
just
date.
joining in,
Thank you.
this is
All right,
Live with
Blaza. Hang on.
Cowboy.
I got a couple of people I need to
I'm
talk to.
Cowboy.
Got a
We're
couple more
live in the
people.
courtroom of
Last
Judge
name
Raul
Hernandez,
Rodriguez
first
right
name
now,
Alejandro.
in
Alejandro
Harris County,
Hernandez.
Texas. If you haven't already, if you don't mind liking and subscribing to the channel, you can also turn on the notification bell, and that way you know when I go live or post any videos.
Okay, sir.
I
You're
try to get to go
Alejandro
live or post a video
Hernandez.
every day. A little later this week, I'm on a trip, so I'll do
Okay,
the best I
Mr.
can.
Hernandez, you
but
do not have a lawyer
uh,
today. Is that
try to go
right?
live or at least post a video once
Okay,
every day.
Mr. Hernandez, I just
some
wanted to
interesting courtroom
inform
stuff,
you.
so,
Let's see.
I
Oh,
appreciate you following
by the way,
along. I
I'm sorry.
appreciate you joining in and watching today.
Ms. Kennard, this is on
And, let's continue on with
Hernandez
Senate.
Alejandro for PC. I just wanted to inform you, sir, that there has not been a judge that has heard probable cause on your case yet. So I'm going to ask the Assistant District Attorney to read to me the facts surrounding why you were arrested and charged with this offense. When she's reading the facts of your case, I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to listen.
So it's
After I
probable
hear
cause
the
hearing at
facts of
this
your
point.
case, the court is going to determine whether there exists sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. If the court does find probable cause, then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you're being charged with. We're going to talk about any conditions of bond the court may impose, and then we're going to talk about an attorney. All right, Ms. Kennard, whenever you're ready, may
All right,
proceed.
let's hear what
Yes, sir. On June
He's
14th,
alleged of.
officers observed a black vehicle and an expired tag. As officers began to turn on their overhead lamps to initiate a traffic stop, they observed the single occupant driver dramatically reaching and stuffing something that was focused on in between the passenger seat. Officers made contact with the driver, the defendant, and observed him to be visibly nervous. Officers noted that his hands were shaking as he handed officers his ID card. Officer asked the defendant to exit the vehicle and also asked whether there was anything illegal inside. The defendant stated no. Officers asked the defendant to empty his pockets, and the defendant pulled out purple cigarillo packaging that had green shrub-like substances inside the packaging.
So, sounds like some
PC
marijuana.
search was conducted, and officers observed a silver Wesson .40 caliber handgun laying loose under the passenger seat.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, the court's going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to continue with
Yeah, I
your
would
case.
agree.
You are being
Definitely
charged with the
probable cause in
offense
this
of
case.
unlawfully carrying a weapon. That is a Class A misdemeanor, which means that you can be sentenced to up to 1 year in the county jail, and you can be given a maximum fine of up to $4,000. So what we're going to do this morning is the court's going to order some conditions regarding your bond. And Camila, it's on page 10, Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, the court's going to order that while you're on bond, you will be prohibited from possessing any firearms or any weapons. I noticed you're 18 years of age. Is that right? You're 18 years old?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Nas, because of your age, the court is also going to order that you will be prohibited from consuming or drinking any alcohol or any controlled substance that you
Always
do
tough
not have a
seeing
prescription
kids
for,
17
okay?
like that one kid.
No illegal
18 like
drugs
this
and
one.
no alcohol because you're under
Headed
the
down the
age
wrong
of
path right
21.
away. You can
These
only hope
conditions
that
of bond are going to remain
that
until this
things turn
case is
around for
over.
them
I'm going to ask
and
you
they
to
can get their
sign these
life in
bond
order moving
conditions. You'll be
forward.
given a
Everybody makes
copy of these
mistakes.
conditions of bond. If you violate any of the conditions of this bond,
It's
you're
whether
subject
or
to
not you
having the
learn
bond
from
that
it
you're
that's
currently on
important.
revoked, and you can be taken to custody. Now, you're going to need an attorney, sir, to represent you on this case. Are you working right now, sir?
Yes.
What type of work do you do?
Construction.
All right, because you are working, it's full-time, correct? It's a full-time job?
Yes.
Because you're working, sir, the court's going to require you to hire your own lawyer. We're going to reschedule your case to give you time to hire an attorney. If you do hire an attorney, have that attorney contact this court before your next court date. You, sir, do not have to come back to court as long as you have an attorney representing you. However, if you don't have an attorney on the next court date, you will have to return to court. All right, sir, any questions on anything I mentioned to you? All right, right behind you, sir, to your right, my preacher also go with her, sign your bond conditions, have a seat, we'll reset your case. Millie,
Yes, sir.
page 10, Alejandro Hernandez, THA. Okay, I have another one, Blasa. This is Ramirez, Amy. It's on
quite
page
the
20 and
docket going on
21.
here today.
Amy Ramirez
It's a busy courtroom.
and Miss Kennard.
Yes, sir.
This is on Ramirez, Amy for PC, 2 cases.
2 probable cause cases.
Okay, all right, ma'am, you are Amy Ramirez. You don't have a lawyer today, right? Okay, all right, Ms. Ramirez, I just wanted to inform you that there has not been a judge that has heard probable cause on 2 cases that you're being accused of. So I'm going to ask the Assistant District Attorney to read to me the facts surrounding why you were arrested and charged with these 2 offenses. When she's reading the facts of your 2 cases, I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to listen. After I hear the facts of your 2 cases, the court is going to determine whether there exists sufficient probable cause to continue with your cases. If the court does find probable cause, then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you are being charged with. We're going to talk about any conditions of bond the court may impose, and then we're going to talk about an attorney.
What are you doing?
All right, Ms. Kennard, whenever you're ready, you may proceed.
On June 14th, officers responded to a minor crash. The CW son, who was a witness, located the defendant about 1.75 miles away from the crash. The witness saw the defendant exiting the vehicle while it was still on and running. The witness removed the key from the ignition. Officers arrived on scene with body-worn camera and observed the defendant's eyes to be red and glossy, and she also had trouble standing up. The defendant admitted that she had a 6-pack that day. Officers conducted HDN and saw 6 out of 6 clues. Officers then interviewed the CW. The CW was traveling when she on the 1400 block of South Drive when she was struck by the defendant. The defendant did not stop and traveled about 1.7 miles away from before the witness located her. Officers collected breath samples and the AC was 0.252 and 0.239.
All right, Ms. Ramirez, the court's going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. You are being charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated, and you're also being charged with the offense of failure to stop and give information. The failure to stop and give information is a Class B misdemeanor, which means that you can be sentenced to up to 6 months in the county jail, and you can be given a maximum fine of up to $2,000. The driving while intoxicated case is a Class A misdemeanor, which means that you can be sentenced to up to 1 year in the county jail, and you can be given a maximum fine of up to $4,000. It also means that if you had a valid license at the time of your arrest, DPS may suspend your license as a result of this arrest. So what we're going to do this morning is, of course, going to order some conditions regarding your bond. And Camila, that's on page 2021, Ramirez. Ms. Ramirez, the court's going to order that while you're on bond, you will be prohibited from possessing any firearms or any weapons. While you're on bond, you will also be prohibited from drinking any alcohol or any controlled substance that you do not have a prescription for. You're going to undergo random urine tests. We're going to test your urine and make sure you have no alcohol or no alcohol whatsoever in your system or illegal drugs.
Yeah.
Now, Ms. Ramirez, I have to ask you, do you have a valid license to drive?
It's suspended.
Then you will not be allowed to drive. The court's going to order no driving while this case is pending or until you get a valid license. So no driving without permission of the court. Okay. So, Ms. Ramirez, these conditions of bond are going to remain until this case is over. I'm going to ask you to sign these bond conditions. You'll be given a copy of these conditions of bond. If you violate any of the conditions of this bond, you are subject to having the bond that you're currently on revoked, and you can be taken to custody. Now, you are going to need an attorney to represent you on these two cases. Are you working right now?
She's gonna call her job to see if they're gonna give her job back.
Oh, so right now you lost your job? You're not working right now? Okay. You need an attorney, so there's two options regarding a lawyer. I'll give you two
since she's
options.
not working
I
right
can
now, she could probably get a
reschedule your
public defender.
case to allow you time to hire your own attorney, or would you like the court to appoint you an attorney this morning?
I would probably take the appointed attorney in her position.
I need an attorney, but I won't have you when you retire.
I know. So you want me to appoint you an attorney today?
That's what I would do.
Yes.
Especially now
Okay,
that
I'll
I
appoint you an
have a
attorney.
job.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, any questions on anything that I
As we all
mentioned to
know,
you?
attorneys are expensive, so
Yeah.
All right, right behind you to your right is my pretrial officer. Go with her to sign your bond conditions. Have a seat. I will appoint you a lawyer. All right. I think I have one more, Blasa. Let me see. Ruth Arellano Mejia and Millie. This is on page 2021. Amy Ramirez, court appointed, Spanish speaking. And Ms. Kennard,
Yes.
this is on page 1, Arellano Mejia Ruth. Okay, ma'am. You are Ruth Arellano Mejia. Okay.
Yes.
Ms. Mejia, you do not have a lawyer today, is that right?
I don't have.
Okay. I just wanted to inform you that there has not been a judge that has heard probable cause on your case yet. So I'm going to ask the assistant district attorney
So
to
this will
read
be
to
another
me the
probable
facts
cause case at this point.
surrounding why you were arrested and charged with this offense. When she's reading the facts of your case, I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to listen. After I hear the facts of your case, the court is going to determine whether there exists sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. If the court does find probable cause, then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you're being charged with. We're going to talk about any conditions of bond the court may impose, and then we're going to talk about an attorney. All right, Ms. Kennard, whenever you're ready, proceed.
On June 14th, officers conducted a traffic stop for failing to signal a lane change and driving in the middle of Mark Lane. Vehicle came to a stop in front of a paid up Express, and upon contact, officers determined that the defendant had glossy eyes. The defendant stated she had let her friends get together, where she had 2 alcoholic beverages.
I was
The
gonna say,
defendant also had a
sounds
hard
like
time maintaining
DWI,
balance, and had an odor of alcohol
OWI
from breath.
case.
Defendant agreed to perform field sobriety test, and officers observed 6 out of 6 on HGA, 4 out of 6 on the wall return. And 2 out of 4 in the one that had. The defendant agreed to take breath samples and her VAC was 0.105 and 0.094.
All right, Ms. Arellano Mejia, the
Definitely
court's going to
over the
find that there is
0.08.
sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. You are being charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated. That is a Class B misdemeanor, which means that you can be sentenced to up to 6 months in the county jail, and you can be given a maximum fine of up to $2,000. It also means that if you had a valid Texas license, driver's license, at the time of your arrest, DPS may suspend your license as a result of this arrest. So what we're going to do this morning is the court's going to order some conditions regarding your bond. So, Ms. Arellano Mejia, the court is going to order that while you're on bond, you will be prohibited from possessing any firearms or any weapons. And coming this on page 1, Arellano, the court is also going to order while you're on bond, you'll be prohibited from drinking any alcohol or any controlled substance that you do not have a prescription for. These 2 conditions of bond are going to remain until this case is over. I'm going to ask you to sign these conditions of bond. You will be given a copy of these conditions. If you violate any of the conditions of this bond, you are subject to having the bond that you're currently on revoked, and you can be taken into custody. Now, you're going to need an attorney to represent you on this case. Are you working right now?
Yes.
What type of work do you do?
Floors.
What does that mean, floors? I don't know.
Oh, she still is in college and schools.
Oh, have you been doing that for a while?
2 months.
Okay, I'm going to give you 2 options regarding a lawyer. I can reschedule your case to give you time to hire your own attorney, or would you like the court to appoint you an attorney this morning? I'll appoint you an attorney this morning. All right, Ms. Arellano Mejia, do you have any questions on anything that I mentioned to you? All right, right behind you to your right, my preacher also go with her, sign your bond conditions, have a seat, I'll appoint your lawyer. All right, thank you. I think that's it. We'll let you know if we have some more. Page 1, Arellano Mejia, Millie, court appoint, Spanish speaking. Yes, ma'am. 9 Harmon, let's see here. Morning, how are you? Good, good. Give me 1 second. Let me do this real quick. Page 9 Harmon. Okay, and who else? Oh, yeah, Enriquez would just add the Z.
I think
That's
we're
the
actually going
only
to take a
thing.
break, people. I have a migraine coming on,
Yes.
unfortunately. I would
Yes,
love
sir.
nothing
Good morning.
more than to keep going with you. I think I'm going to take a break for this morning. Maybe lay down for a bit, see
Okay,
what
no worries.
comes
Let's
on.
see. Okay, right here. Let's call him up. Treyland
Do ask that
Mouton
you like
and
and
Ms.
subscribe to
Kennard.
the channel.
This is
Turn
on
the
Mouton,
notifications bell. That way you know when we
Mouton,
go live
Treyland.
again.
Now, I have
I'm
not heard
Cowboy.
probable
Thanks for
cause on
watching
this
Live
case.
with
Would you like the
Cowboy.
court to hear it? Okay.
We try to watch court cases from all around the country and try to commentary on them. I really appreciate you joining in today. And I do try to post videos
All right,
every
so
day,
you are
whether
Treyland
them be
Mouton?
live or
Mr. Mouton, you're here with your attorney.
just
You're-
either reactions.
I just wanted to
or
inform
some-
you that there has
just,
not been
some
a
really
judge
great
that has
videos,
heard probable
short
cause
videos.
on
So,
your case yet.
please
So
like and
I'm going to
subscribe to the
ask the
channel.
assistant district
And,
attorney to
hopefully
read
I
to
can
me
get feeling better
the
here
facts
shortly and get
surrounding
back
why
on.
you were
If
arrested
not,
and
I will
charged
see you
with this
again tomorrow.
offense. When
Once
she's
again,
reading the
thanks for
facts of
watching
your
Live with
case, I don't
Cowboy.
want you
I'm
to
Cowboy.
say
Have a
anything.
great
I
rest
just
of your
want you
day.
to
Take care,
listen.
guys.
You have your